Hey Dad, can you tell me about burial at sea or scattering ashes?
Yeah, I'll talk about scattering ashes at sea today, and we'll talk about burial at sea in another video. I recently did a scattering of ashes at sea, and I've done quite a few, but this was with a friend. She had a teacher friend of hers who was a spinster and had no family, and asked her to scatter her ashes at sea. Interestingly enough, she was Australian by birth, but lived in New Zealand for a long time, and she wanted her ashes scattered between the two islands, so it had to be out at sea a little bit further than our Kapiti Island, because we're in Kapiti, and so we actually hired a boat and went behind the other side of Kapiti Island. So there's a few key things you have to do. The first one is choose a calm day. Now, I've done scattering of ashes on days that aren't calm, and that's not much fun and not very practical. You really have to have a calm day, so you plan a day, but also have a couple of planned days in reserve. So if the weather's not good, you can change it. Have a great boat operator. We used a charter boat with a really good guy. He was great. Took us around the back of Kapiti Island, and actually the particular lady who died was 89, so he took us out to a point of water that was 89 fathoms deep. It was just really neat to be able to have someone that was willing to do that. A couple of other key things. Obviously, like I said, a calm day. It was a beautiful day, and we'll share a couple of video clips about what the weather looked like. We went around and saw the seals on the way. And I've actually even got a video of her as she scatters the ashes. And the key to scattering ashes, even on a calm day, is to actually wet the top of the ashes first. And that sounds a bit weird, but you open the ashes up, and I normally take a sponge with me, and you just put the sponge in the top of the container of ashes. We used a calico bag, so just in the top of the bag, give it a gentle squeeze so the top layer gets wet, but not soaking, just a little bit wet, enough that when you tip the bag, you don't get that light ash blowing up. You just tip out gently and lean a long way down, and you'll see that on the video here. The other obvious thing is to do it away from people and do it with the wind. Even if you don't think there's much wind, there is. So do it with the wind behind you. So if there is a little bit of blow, it will blow down and away rather than back towards you. So yeah, that's basically it. Choose a spot that's legally you can is the other thing that people worry about. Can you scatter at sea? Yes, you can, but you can't in places like a marine reserve or a river mouth. So find out where your marine reserves are, stay away from them, and do it a reasonable distance out to sea on a calm day, and make sure you wet those ashes down first, and get a really good operator. I didn't have to go out with her, but she asked me if I would, and we had a really lovely day together. And as you can see from the videos, a really successful scattering of ashes at sea.